Hi guys and welcome to the circus. To cool things down a little bit, we are going to showcase to you guys one of our proxy plays. On our left side, it's your boy Tito Kai playing his Chaos Breaker Dragon deck versus my Nightmare Dolls on the right side. Yeah, this is yours truly on the right side, boys. So let's get into it. There's still a lot more Overjust news coming up in the next few weeks. So just to change it up a bit or something, or to refresh our mindset on the current format before Overjust comes out. So I just decided to showcase to you guys one of our recorded games, and yeah. So we proceed to cutting our deck and just see on our draw phase, drawing 5 cards. This just not much to talk about in the first few games, and so really we just roll our dice, and then I believe that we went second. Yeah, I believe we went second or something. So yeah, let's see our wonderful mulligan time right here. And this is actually a really interesting matchup because we're up against what you call it, Chaos Breaker, which is he's just gonna get every single marker we produce during our rewrite and our normal rides. So this is gonna be pretty interesting. This is actually a quite a tough match for Nightmare Dolls because first of all, they can cripple our formation really easily. When we commit more units on the front row, they can still lock it, and then next turn we have less attacks and less units to scoop. To scoop some front triggers from our drive checks. So while playing against playing Link Joker just basically gives him free force. But the positive thing here is we get force markers to our Vanguard circle, which is pretty useful in this game. So right here, he just wrote grade 1, and then draw a card, and then proceeds to my turn. Ride a Masquerade Bunny, check top 5, draw a card, get a Quick Shield, check top 5. We get ourselves a copy of Alice from the top 5 cards. I decided to take this Alice instead of just keeping it in the deck because I want to secure myself a piece on my grade 3 turn, to perform the reride mechanic, at least on riding Alice on the first reride. Or the only reride I can make on that turn. So I just called a Linnea over there because soul charging early is really cool, and he checks nothing there. Thankfully, I swing for 13. So he guarded for another. Yeah, that is actually a misplay. He should have guarded for a 10k. I believe that's only a grade 2, so that's, yeah, that was that was a bit of a misplay there, guys. Sorry. All right, so he rode grade 2, and that grade 2 is actually really annoying. You CB1, and then you get the top card of our opponent and lock it. If he put a unit into the back row, he gets to draw a card. So I just put it in the front row, and he didn't get to draw. He calls a Gravity Collapse Dragon, which is a really kind of the card that was hyped when during the release of Chaos Breaker because of the consistency buff. So he decided to not ride the grade 2. Instead, he just called it under rear guard to provide some unhit pressure. So I got it for 5k there to not let him filter a bit. And then he swings for his van. I didn't guard. I check a draw and then take that damage. Maybe that was a bit of a misplay. I should have taken the Gravity Collapse or something, but I don't know. So yeah, I lost a card there for guarding. So I ride onto grade 2 and then want to pass. He didn't get a trigger, sadly. We just swing for 13, so soul charge 1 again. He takes the damage, and right there we proceed now to our opponent's grade 3 turn. He went first, so yeah, he has the first grade 3 of the game. So he rides Chaos Breaker Dragon right over here. We still don't have a locked card, but sadly we have 2 front row units right now, so we can cripple our formation really easily. This is the reason why I liked facing against Chaos Breaker specifically, because we get to put our force marker on our Vanguard circle, meaning we don't have to worry about 13k base as long as we have a marker. But he just takes it away for whenever he wants to. So yeah, right here I don't have a locked card yet, and he doesn't have a way to lock a card. Unlock a card on my part, so he can't get to remove my markers or something. So he just swings for 21, I believe, and he has an unhit, which is checked up 5 and get himself a a Star Vader from the top 5 cards. He checks Bangle and checks nothing again, and then I check a draw trigger, giving power to Vanguard. He swings on my what you call it, in my Linnea. I decided to guard that because I really needed Linnea right here, because she's a really cool soul charge engine in the deck. So riding grade 2 with grade 3, finally gets himself an Axel marker, which will probably be removed on the next turn because I get to unlock my card and then he gets to remove my markers. Yeah, that's life. So I checked top 5. I think I didn't get my copy of another grade 3, so thankfully I fetched an Alice on the early game. So yeah, that was the reason I went for this, to secure myself a something to do on my opponent's on my turn when I reach grade 3. So right here, I don't have a I still don't have a what you call it, Marion in the souls to call. So yeah, I didn't get to call the one I just scooped, so maybe I just call it on my reride. So I called my Alice. I'm actually afraid to call more cards because he could just lock my cards or something. Linnea is already a solid attacker in the front row. I have one locked card, so at maximum. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about the grade 1 skill at the back of Chaos Breaker. He forgot to check top 5 after that, so I decided to you just go check top 5. It's fine. You didn't even bother to mess around with your deck, so it's fine. It's just the same. So he fetched himself a copy of Chaos Breaker again. So yeah, a little bit of filter, but it's supposed to be happening, and it didn't even change the game set on his side, so that's fine. So I moved back my Linnea and called another Rising Dragon. I don't know why I did that, to be honest. Maybe to have a solid column or something. Yeah, he swinged for 22. Oh my god, that's so cool. Swing for 22, first check, second check, nothing. Okay, so he did check a defensive. Yeah, he checked a defensive. Everything to his Vanguard, so 23. So my Alice can't hit. I just swing that Gravity Collapse and then using that skill of Alice to CB1 Soul +1 and call a card from Soul. So not any card from Soul, grade 2 or less. So I called a Rising Dragon, to make him a 24k and hit over that defensive trigger, which is really nice. So what else will happen here again? Okay, so I decided to think about what to call. If I were to call, what you call it, Marion, or I will just call a Carol from the reride from when I rode Alice on the reride. So yeah, Alice is still a pretty big girl, so yeah, I called a Carol. So yeah, this is actually kind of a misplay because I can't hit. I will rely on a trigger, so I should have just called a Marion instead of Carol, because next turn it is possible that my Carol will be removed because he removes markers when an Axel circle is removed and there's a unit on top of it. It will be automatically retired. So he takes the damage for a big number. He checks nothing there. I still swing for something, so he can still guard for 5k each. This is swinging for 24 because I called 2 cards already, and my Carol is 22, so it can't hit. He took the damage again, and then right here he guarded for 10k. So this is gonna be 19 plus 13 is 30, so it's 33. Alright, that's fine. So right here, since I unlocked a card, he retired it. I will remove 2 markers from my field, and I can choose if I were to choose 2 Axels or 1 Axel and 1 Force. I decided to remove one of each because I really needed the Axel marker, but who knows what will happen next turn, right? So right here, I was actually thinking on what to remove here at the moment because it's gonna be hard. Will I retire my attacker or my reride piece? So I just decided to remove my attacker and my force marker. I would have loved to have a force marker on my Vanguard. Yeah, too bad. So wait, I'm actually thinking, wait. So I believe I could have just removed the 2 Axel circles. Who knows? Maybe. I haven't faced Link Joker in a while, so yeah, it's hard. He called another one of those grade 2s, which is that calls my top card. I decided to put it in the back row to not cripple my formation because I want more attackers. But he will have a free plus, so I will give my marker again and then lock a card. I lock my front row again, and my formation is ruined. So yeah, that's the throwback of facing against Link Joker generally. I unlocked a card and locked my back row. So since I unlocked a card again, he soul blasted one, draw a card, and then gets my markers once again. So what happens here? So he got he got two markers again. So what I said before was practically useless at this point. He gets two more force markers. God flicking damn it, man. So so I don't have a full formation. I only have my Vanguard circle. My back row was ruined, so I can't make my Vanguard into 17 whenever I reride because Beverly's gone. So he called another grade one to the back row. He called the Chaos Breaker from the one that he got from earlier, and then yeah, let's see. So I believe he used a skill to give +4. I don't remember the card. So let's just assume that they have +4. Okay, so he swings for, I believe that's against +10, right? So 10, 20, and 30, 40, 20, 30, 30k. 30k, and that's a big boy, and then Chaos Breaker is still a big boy. So yeah, this is I'm realizing it now. It's actually the right choice to just choose Force 1 because he gets to spam a lot of markers. So Force 1 is really good. So I got it there for 32. He's swinging this Vanguard, and I didn't need to guard that because that's a big boy, and even if it checks a crit, it's fine, I guess. So first check, he gets a heal. So he heals one and gives the power to that other one, and check I draw. So it gives the power again to the other Chaos Breaker Dragon, and he gets me 2 damage because he has a grade 2 on board, meaning he has a crit on the Vanguard, which is really amazing. So he swings for a big ass number right here. I believe I didn't need to guard that because I didn't check a defensive, and yeah, I just took the damage. Maybe I need the damage, but who knows. Okay, sorry about the dog, guys. Yeah, so I'm sorry about that. I rode on to Carol once again, and then gets myself an Axel 2, which he'll probably remove next turn. So I don't know, and my end turn because I have a lot of cards. So right here, I just did the things that I needed here to do. I thankfully called in a Carol from the top 5 cards. I have a Call Me Caldi Chimera right here. Behind is a Linnea, which resulting into a big ass number. So I still have a potential reride and a counter charge on top of that. So yeah, I decided to either call a Linnea or call a Masquerade Bunny, but yeah, I decided to call Masquerade Bunny, I think to just potentially filter. So I dropped a copy of Kamikaze Chimera to filter out my deck, because I don't need more Kamikaze Chimeras at this point. So yeah, he just cut my deck, and then let's proceed now to battle phase, I believe, because I don't have anything else to do anyways. And sadly, my Vanguard is at 12k, so it's automatically a 1 pass. If I didn't get a trigger, I'm screwed. Yeah, this is the result of my of facing against Link Joker on an Axel deck. It's a huge disadvantage. First of all, you don't have much attackers because whenever you commit a card to the front row, it's gonna be dead anyway. So another thing is you lose Axel markers. Yeah. So I checked 2 Nightmare Dolls there. That's so bad. I didn't check a single trigger. I swing for 17. Yeah. So he's at 4. He healed earlier. So yeah. It's kind of bad. So I used my Comical Chimera to scoop in my front row. What you call it? Carol, and then Soul Blast 1 to counter charge 1, and then use that skill to CC1, and then use my Vanguard skill once again to CB1 and Soul Blast 1 in order to CB1 only, and discarding 2 cards in order to re-ride once again. So I rode on to Carol once again, and in order to perform my last re-ride. So I produced another Axel, which is gonna be probably gone next turn. So I just practically gave him 2 more force markers. But sadly, that's all I can do because this deck dies whenever you stop attacking. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so I rode onto Carol, and this is actually a huge misplay of mine because I didn't realize that I didn't have enough Nightmare Dolls in the deck anymore because I forgot to count them whenever I check the drop zone, my soul, and my hand, and my damage zone even. I was hoping to get another Alice to rewrite once again, but sadly didn't work. I just called my Marion, and then yeah, he's still at 5 damage, so I still have 2 attacks. Yeah, that's sad. I guess for 1 pass, and then I didn't check anything, and then swing for 13, and probably he will just guard this really easily because he has a lot of hand cards, and it's the result of locking and unlocking cards in my part. So he just guarded for 5k there, and then proceeding now. He guarded for a huge shield, over guarding, but he needs to guard it because it's 5 damage. So right here he will proceed now to his final turn. So let's see what moves he will do in order to kill me. Oh, before the end phase, and in my end phase even, I unlocked my cards, and then he soul blasted 2, draw 2 cards, and then retired it, and then got another 2 markers, removing my 2 axle markers, and that's life. So he drew 2 cards before his draw phase, so he drew another card in his draw phase and rides once again. I know he doesn't need to ride besides from having more soul anyway. So what did he call? I didn't see what he called there. So he used that skill, I guess, to give +4 2 or 3 units. Okay, he reverted back the move. Let's see. I'm probably dead here. So okay, so I checked another top card, and he called a grade 2 again to give the crit to the Vanguard. So I just decided to call it to the back row. He drew another card. He drew another card, and then right here, what will he do? He used that skill to unlock it, and then lock the card, and then you can potentially just soul blast and then retire it if he wants to. He did it. So he retired the unit that he locked, which is the heal trigger, which is so unfortunate. I realize it now that I locked a heal. God flicking damn it, that was my only chance of survivability. So that was a mess. So right here he used a bangle to put a grade 2 or less card from his hand to the soul, check top 3, get the card from the top 3 cards, and put it in his hand, which is actually really good. I actually want to try this card someday if I have some copies, but let's see. Okay, I cut his deck, and I think he just proceeds to battle because he knows. I got it for, I believe it's 32. He's swinging for 40k, so it's 42. All right, so it's 42. Guarded it, and then big boy. What do you call it? Chaos Breaker Dragon swings in. I used a PG, and the other Chaos Breaker is freaking huge, man. I think it's 30, 43, 65, 40, 55, 43, 53. I forgot the number. But it's a huge ass butt. So I believe it's 55. So first check, he healed again, and then second check, nothing. So he swings for 65. So I was really short on shield right there, and then let's see if I can. I think I can. I just checked top card, and it's a Marion, and then that's game. So that basically sums up my experience against Chaos Breaker, and that was actually a really nice game, and I'll see you next time.